Are you in Math 61?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to a different classroom? Is that
Yeah.
Like, why is nobody
We
here?
went
but Kristen?
downstairs.
Is anybody else down there?
What class?
Math 61?
No, I was.
Where are you supposed to be?
Jeremy Dempsey.
He's in his office, so you know where it is?
No.
Here, well, let me just go over there.
He was harmless. He only in the wrong place. Oh, I know. It's like an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, oh god.
Oh, I'm terrible at math. I looked at the agenda and it's like all basic, like PEMDAS and stuff. I'm like, I still don't know.
I use a calculator every day.
Yeah, me too. I'll second guess myself. I'm like 2 + 2 and I'll still put it
I
in.
just have bad on the math part of the ACT.
Oh, me too.
I felt like a 17, I was like 16, 17.
I've got a 13 on my ACT, so
Yeah.
I don't know. My ACT is awful.
I don't want to in here.
I think so.
I had to take it in person, and I can't do it online.
Me either.
I would fail it.
3 of my other classes were online, but math I couldn't do online.
Yeah, I would fail it if I did online.
Me too.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sorry, I went to the wrong spot.
So nobody else is down there?
No.
No.
Okay. All right, I did have someone online, but Destiny, are you online?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so you're the only one online, but I just want to say anybody online who's listening to this recording later, go ahead and turn off your mic, and then when you want to speak, you can turn it back on.
Okay.
My camera is not working. It will work eventually. They are getting me a new system, but for now, it's not working, so you can't see me, but that's okay. So this is just an introduction to the course today. Normally, I actually do a lot of math the first day, but I am getting used to the fact that I'm teaching online and in person at the same time. So I thought I'd give all of us a break in how this is going to run and just go a little slower with that. So I'm waiting for my camera to show the class what you are seeing, Destiny, and then I'm going to share my screen. So I have the ability to show everybody my screen, and it decides to work just every once in a while and not work other times. So I'm going to be asking you if you can see our class Blackboard page, Destiny. Can you see that now on your screen? Okay. I'm going to ask you periodically every time I switch because and by the way, if I forget to ask you and you can't see what I'm talking about, let me know. Sometimes I forget to switch the screen for you and
Okay.
only switch it for the students here. Okay, so what I want to go over today is the Blackboard page. This is Blackboard Ultra. If you've had a Blackboard course, it's different. It's, to me, it's much prettier looking. Mostly what you need is what's right here in the center. And if you click on one of these folders, you see it drops down and gives you all those assignments. Over here under Blackboard Collaborate, of course you know Destiny because you're here. If you are at home, you click down on this down arrow and go to Live Session to join the class. Other than that, you don't have to have any of these. Matter of fact, you probably don't have all of these because you don't have the roster and stuff. But which one would you want? You probably wouldn't want any of these necessarily, but up here, there are 6 icons. The second one's the calendar. And then if you want to send something, or if I tell you to do a discussion board, that's here. This one that says message, they just told me that they made it so you guys cannot send me a message this way. You're going to have to use email. I think a lot of people were complaining because it was not very efficient. And so they're trying to fix it before they turn it on. If you want to see your grade, then you can go to this grade book. And then the last one you don't have. It's for me to get the percentage of students who did something and that kind of thing. All right, so we're going to go over the syllabus and course information. And the syllabus is here. This is the course agenda, tells you when everything's due. My office hours. Please watch this video under campus climate. This is your first assignment that you're going to have to upload. And if a person is listening to me right now on recording, this needs to be done. And the orientation syllabus and quiz need to be done. And that's how I'm going to count your attendance. So what are your names, if I remember?
I'm Tori. Taylor Morse.
Hannah?
Morse.
Okay, so Destiny, Hannah, and Tori, I will mark you as present, but still try and get this done just in case I make a mistake. And for those people who aren't here listening to the recording, try to get it done by Thursday, or else it's going to turn out like you're going to be dropped from the course. But let's go back up to syllabus and go over the syllabus together. So, did your page switch, Destiny? Or are you still on the?
Yeah,
on the
it's
original? It switched?
Yeah.
Okay, and then tell me if I'm about to push on this document. Is the document opening up on your page?
No.
Okay. So I kind of went over that quickly, so let me just show that. You do these three buttons on the right, and you do download original document. But because this is a math class, sometimes the documents do not show. If you have a different Word version than I do, it doesn't show you the equations. So if you go down to download alternate format and select PDF, it will show you it properly. Well, let me stop that sharing and change how I'm sharing. Let me open this. For some reason, it makes me put it up before it'll share it. Okay, now can you see the document that is the syllabus?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so this is our course syllabus. The beginning part is just about the course. And then we go into my information, how to get in touch with me. Best way to get in touch with me is email. And I would like it if you would put Math 61, TR for Tuesday, Thursday, in the subject line, because that helps me to figure out how to answer your question. After that is my supervisor
No, I don't
contact
see anything.
information. I'm sorry, what?
I said, now I don't see anything. It's blank.
Let me try it again. This is technology. I'm feeling it'll go on all year, but that's okay. I am learning so much since all this happened. I stayed away from technology, but I'm really having to learn.
Now it is.
Okay, good. All right, notice my supervisor's name is Lisa Music, and my name is Lisa Redmiles. So a lot of people accidentally email her. So try not to do that. My email is up here, L Redmiles, and hers is lisa.music. You do not need a textbook for this course, but if you want one, you can get it. It's Introductory Algebra 6th edition by Martin Gay, Martin-Gay, not the Martin Gay. And it's optional that you will need a calculator, but I suggest you get one. Some things I want you to do without a calculator, but some things it's helpful to have a calculator. So you don't have to have a textbook, but if you are the type of person who needs a textbook in front of you, you can get that. And then scrolling down, I'm not going to look at any of this because you can look at it yourself. These are all our objectives. I'm going to look at course structure. So you can come to class in person, as we have 2 people doing, live, as we have 1 person doing, or you can watch class videos later, which makes it really hard for me to take attendance. So you need to make sure that you do the opening, all that opening week stuff, so that when I go to do attendance, and I'm being redundant, but it's important, I don't accidentally drop you. Okay, so what we're going to be doing each day is we'll have like a little warm-up or discussion activity, then lectures, and then group work. And the lecture, we're going to do 2 different topics, your basic math and your basic algebra. So like multiplication tables, and then how to solve an equation. And am not sure how I'm going to carry off group work. My first thought was, oh, I'll just put people in groups online. As you can see, 3 people are here, so that's not going to work. And then my second thought was, even if I can put people in groups online, in person, I don't know if I can rearrange this room now. And I don't know why I didn't think of that. So that group work might not, it might be just like a whole group of discussion instead of some people. Outside of class, you're going to have to work on My Labs math, quizzes and homework, and there'll be some, yes. Hey, let's see. Got another person in the class, Stephanie. And so you do need a computer that runs labs. And in the event of school closing, you will have to take your tests with me monitoring them online, should that happen. And that means you would need a webcam. But for right now, and we hope it continues, you will take your tests proctored. So you guys, if you're in class today, we have a test, no big deal, I give you the test, you take it. Destiny, if you can't get in here, or if any of you can't get in here, you have to make an appointment with the proctoring center. And so you're gonna have to make sure you do it before that due date that I have posted on the test. And you have to give yourself a week or so to make that appointment. Because week to 3 weeks, because they're busy, they're only allowed half the people now in there. And so they fill up fast. This is your grade. You got test 1, test 2, homework, and quizzes. Tests are worth 30% each, so that's 60% of your grade. Basically, everything on My Labs is 40% of your grade. On My Labs in your homework, that 20%, you can continuously do it until you get 100%. So that's what I would suggest, is that you try and do that. And even in My Labs, you can do a whole assignment and get one wrong. You can just go back to that one question. You don't have to do the whole assignment again, just that one question until you get it right. So I'll open that up in a little while. Of course, we're not taking attendance because I can't. So it's not actually specifically a part of your grade, but of course with any course, if you're not here, you're not learning, and you are not going to do well. So in a sense, attendance is graded, but not specifically. You cannot make up exams if you don't take it before that end date. And if you don't take it with me and the date that I'm giving it in class, you have to do it with the proctor. And then I like 3 places I put that. If the school closes, you're still taking proctored tests, just online with me. So homework and quizzes due dates are on the pacing guide, but you can be late on homework and quizzes. There's like a buffer of a couple of days. So it says, here's the due date, but then it doesn't mark you off if you're a little bit late. So that lateness is more for some emergencies that happen or computer difficulties. So don't ask for an extension after that. That is the extension for emergencies. As far as withdrawing, I would really like it if you didn't withdraw at all. But if you think at midterm, you think you're not going to pass the class, or your grade is just not going to be good enough for your standards. And by the way, the bottom grade in this class is a C, a 70%. You can't get a D, it goes straight to an E. So if you are in that boat, if you're making that decision at midterm, you're not going to get any money back. So my advice to you is wait till the end of the year. That last week, the 15th week of class, I can give you permission. I have to sign off on it, but I will. I'm telling you right now, I will sign off if you want to withdraw after midterm. Before midterm, you don't need my signature. After midterm, you do. But I will sign off because I think that it's good for you to come to the class, even if you are going to withdraw from it and get a W instead of an F or an E, whatever they give you for this class. Because listening to it thoroughly all the way through is just going to make you that much better the second time you take it. And for some people, it takes a couple times to take math before they're successful. And also because, like, for instance, last semester I had somebody who had a D, but it would have been an F if I put the grade in right then, and that's at midterm. And he decided to stick with the course, and he ended up with a B. It was his first it was in the summer, it was his first college class, and he took him a little while to get to know me, get to know the system, and then he showed that once he got to know it, he was fine. So sometimes you do bad on the first test more because you're not used to that type of instructor or whatever. So this statement, safety statement, is new. It just basically, it says, Big Sandy might close again. You know what happened last semester, if you're here, or if you were in a public school, you know what happened. And everything went online like lickety-split. Now they're just telling you that actually might happen again, and we reserve the right to do that, but we'll do it as painlessly with as minimal disruptions as possible. You can read that more thoroughly if you like, but that is the statement. Okay, so that's it with that. I want to go back to Blackboard. Okay, and I want to go over the agenda. Can you see this Blackboard page?
Yeah.
Okay, now when I open up the agenda, you're probably not going to see it, so I'll have to. Notice how, by the way, it comes up on the left here. I think that's just a Chrome thing, but depending on what you're on, sometimes you're waiting for a document to pop up and it's over there. I don't usually use Chrome, so that took me by surprise. So let me go ahead and get you on, Destiny. Stop this share. I don't see it. For some reason today, it is making me have the document up before it'll share it. It didn't do that over the summer. Okay, so this is the agenda basically. And it says what we're going to be looking at each day. So this is week 1 and day 1, day 2. I may not do all of this today because of just not having the right technology today. And then over here where it says homework due at the start of the following week, that's everything that's due. And when it says the following week, let's go to the next week, and you see beginning August 23rd. That is the due date of all of this stuff in the box here to the right. Now, these last 5 things are simply links to multiplication tables. Because you have to know your multiplication tables 0 through 12 and your squares 0 through 20. I suggest you make flashcards. So if you already know them, fine, then you don't have to do that. But there are going to be some multiplication quizzes. And I know it, I don't think a lot of people realize this, but multiplication tables, knowing them fluently like that, are the foundation of every math class up until, I don't even know when it ends because I've gone up to the 5th calculus and yet still needed to know my multiplication tables. And if you don't know them, it makes it really hard to then do something like simplifying a fraction, which really isn't that difficult, and the process isn't that difficult. But if you don't know your multiplication tables, by the time you go through your multiplication tables trying to figure out something, you are so frustrated you don't even realize that the process of simplifying your fraction is not that difficult. So let's try to learn them. I am not going to proctor these quizzes, so you're kind of on your honor system. So I'm just telling you the importance of it, so I'm hoping that you'll realize success in this class means taking that idea seriously and learning them. And you can take the quizzes on your own without a calculator. Notice that the A, homework A, and down here homework B, and homework C, they all say behind it no calculator. Those are what I call basic skills. Then I have algebra homework 1, algebra homework 2, so those are the algebra concepts. So every day we'll be reviewing a basic skill and an algebra skill. And that's why I labeled your homework so that you could keep track of which is which. Sometimes I made the homeworks and then I felt like I put it in the wrong spot, like here it goes to 7 to 10. So 8 and 9, I decided to move lower down here. So I did make some mistakes when I was labeling them, but that's why. And then you notice there's 2 10s, and that's because I left a concept out and had to make another 10. So I think that's about the end of this. But all these due dates are really on MyLab, so you don't really need this document. Some people prefer the document. Some people prefer to go on MyLabs and just follow it and do it until it's done. So let's go to MyLabs. And let's see how this works. I don't know if this is going to take you, Destiny, to where you need to go. Week 1. Okay, so I'm going to open week 1, and that's this week. So really you have a lot to do. You have to do the syllabus and course information, which we've gone over a lot of it, so really you just have to do the things that are due. And then week 1, you have to do these activities. These are your links. So homework 1, order of operations. I click on that. And for you guys, if you've never been in MyLabs, it's going to take you to a table, to a place that says join, sign up. You have to click accept, all that stuff. But then once you do that, it'll take you to this screen where it's just giving you the homework. Now, if you forget how to do it, so you're on question 1, and it is asking you how to do order of operation and how to answer these questions, and you are struggling, over to the right here it says question help, and for this one it's giving you the choice of a textbook, asking me, or printing. Not a lot of help, but for a lot of them it gives you actually, let me see if another question's better.
It'll give you an example.
It'll give you an example, it'll help you through the problem, it has different things it'll do. Now, let me show you what I just did here, where this down icon, I got all the questions. So let me just put wrong answers if it lets me. It might not let me because I'm being recorded.
You're in a different version of MyLabs than we do.
So let's say I've done all these, and it's not showing because I haven't done them, but it'll either have an X or a check beside it, saying I got it right or I got it wrong. When I pull this down, every question will have it'll either be blank like it is because I haven't even attempted it, or it'll have a X or a check, a red X or a green check. So then I can just go to the ones with the X's and do that problem. And so I'm just going to put any answer in here, and if I'm right, then that is like, the odds of that are pretty low. So no wrong. So now, nope,
You have to go to the next one.
save. Yeah. Okay. Now let me go on to 1. And it's still not showing you.
You have to attempt it so many times, and then it'll mark it wrong.
Okay, if you get it right, it says well done. Save it. Now let me see. See, now it has a check. That's what all I wanted to show you, and it wouldn't let me do it. It said if you get it right, it puts a little check. If you get it wrong, it puts an X. But the point in that is you can go back and just do the questions you get X's on. And then, so it's not that difficult to get 100% on this. Could you see that, Destiny, by the way? I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then, so this week, by Sunday, you have a lot to do. If you don't really have to read the course syllabus, because we just did, or the course agenda. The office hours, really, you only care about them when you need to see me, so they're there. But watch this video on course climate. Open up this statement of understanding, and it doesn't show it on mine, but what's going to happen is when you open this and answer it, it's going to have a place here for you to upload it. So this is an assignment I want you to hand in online so that you can get used to doing that in case that's how we have to hand things in. But what the statement is asking basically is, do you have COVID? It asks you a bunch of questions. You have to initial every line. And then at the end, you have to sign it. And then you have to upload it on the Blackboard. It also says that you realize that if this changes, you're not supposed to come to the school. So,
Cracker didn't tell me that when I filled one out. I just checked mark things, so I went down through there.
instead of initially,
Yeah, he was just like, looked at it, and I was like, here you go, you'd say nothing.
I think you'll be okay. So I just realized they said allergies, and I understand that I am not, mine doesn't say this. Because I had the question, what about the fact that I have asthma? So yeah, I have shortness of breath a lot, but I guess they fixed that, and that's good. But anyhow, make sure you get this in, and then make sure that if you are sick, you're not coming in.
But I don't want to come here and spread your germs.
What?
I'm gonna come here and spread the germs.
No,
Everywhere.
I know you don't. I know you're kidding. Okay, so let me go back up here and finish this. Orientation assignment, that's on My Labs. It's helping you to get to know how to work it because it's a little bit tricky sometimes putting those graphs in and stuff. And then orientation and syllabus quiz is important because that's really what I'm probably going to look at when I give you your attendance. Were you here? Check, you were here. So make sure you do that. And also, you need to get 100% on this. Obviously, I'm going to count you as being here regardless, but you have to have 100% for it to, if you do it, I'm going to count you as being here, but you have to have 100% in order for it to go on to your grade. So make sure you do it till you get 100%. And even though it says start test and that looks like, oh, I don't want to start it, you can. This quiz gives you 0 of unlimited. That means you have unlimited attempts, so there's no reason not to get
I'm limited as a score.
No. So then you have to come down to week 1 and you have to do all these assignments. The ones with X's you don't see. Those are videos. But since I'll be in class teaching you, you don't need them. Now, I'm not going to teach you your multiplication tables. You do have to go to those links if you don't know them. But next class we'll do order of operation and homework A, properties. We'll go over that. I'm not going to start this class. So that's it.
When's that, Thursday?
Thursday, I have to put in grades. Everything else is due Monday. Sunday. Like, oh, this right here is not due till Sunday. These two. But I need to put in attendance, not grades. I need to put in attendance Thursday. So you got to do this. And so part of the reason I'm ending class early is that you go in the library and let's just get it done. And then we're good. Okay? All right, Destiny, we're going to sign off now. Do you have any questions?
All right. No.
Okay. Well, it's good meeting all of you.
Goodbye.
And I'll talk to you later. I'm going to end the recording now.
Bye.